My 31 male fiancée, 34 female, cheated and got pregnant by the other guy. Note, throwaway account. I have been engaged to marry my fiancée for approx. 4 years, together for over 10 years. We had our ups and downs, probably like most, but it was never due to anything dubious, as far as I'm aware. I have been sensing slash feeling slash seeing new red flags pop up about 6 months ago when my significant other started a new job. I had supported her throughout her education prior to this new job, and we were both exited that she would be able to pursue a career with her new credentials. Now that she's been on the job for a few months, she's started making new friends. So the first few red flags were her staying out very late, 3 a.m., or staying out overnight. She states she slept at her sister's house and not coming home until the morning after. I am one to trust, so I let it go without further investigation. Then she goes out of state to a beach about 6 hours away with her new friends from work, or so she told me at the time. Apparently, when she was at this beach trip, she met a guy at a bar and they proceeded to have sex. So, 8 weeks ago, my significant other comes home after the trip, and a day later she states she needs to leave to rethink our engagement and relationship. I am blindsided, obviously, because I've been carrying on like normal, not knowing anything was really going on. At this point, I don't know about the cheating. I asked her to stay and offered to go to counseling, but she insisted and left and was, supposedly, sleeping at her sister's house. She eventually did come back and stated she wanted to work on things, and also confirmed she would be willing to go to couples counseling. 3 weeks ago, she tells me she's pregnant. Again, I'm one to trust, so I assume it's mine, as we've been trying for a while to start a family. I get excited and start making baby plans, bought baby books, corner protectors, etc. However, I had those red flags pop up in my mind, and my thoughts started to spiral. So, I told her I would like to have a paternity test done to confirm I'm the father. I stated that I trusted her, but I explained it as my own insecurity and needed to fulfill this request. She was upset that I made the request, and we pushed it aside for a while. I brought up the paternity test again this Friday at home, as we were discussing the baby. She broke down at this time and told me she's been cheating on me and that she is 100% sure that the father is the other guy. She then told me she made an appointment for an abortion for the next day. I was shocked, to say the least, and my heart was broken. I didn't freak out. I'm still waiting for that to happen if I'm honest, and told her I would take her to her abortion appointment, as it was over an hour away and didn't want her getting sick or something on the way home. She later tells me that she met this guy on her beach trip when they had sex, and then they met up again, I assume during her other stay at her sister's, but she denies this, and had sex for a second time, what she tells me could be more than twice IDK. She told me the father told her that he wants nothing to do with the child, and he recommended her to get an abortion. She's been wanting a baby for a while, so this was difficult for her to hear, I'm sure. He also suggested that she get me to raise it. LOL, WTF. I guess they talked about me. Who knows? Maybe if I wasn't talking about the paternity testing, I would have fallen into that. I have promptly left our apartment and moved back in with my parents. She is trying to say that she loves me, but I'm devastated and can't see anything being repaired at this point. I am just so upset about the life we had being destroyed. And I lost my companion, her dog, but I am home with it all the time as I work from home, and all the other things that crumble alongside a relationship dying. I guess I'm looking for some advice on what to do next, or for some insight on how to start feeling the effects of this because I feel dead right now. Edit. Thank you for all of the support. Reading these comments is helping me cope with the situation, so I appreciate it. I have moved out about 85% of all of my stuff. Some of the remaining items are in storage and bundled together, so I will have to schedule some time with the ex-fiancée to go through it all. But once that last trip there is done, then I'll be completely moved out. I have everything of significant value out of there. Edit 2. The lease was terminated, and of course she wasn't fully moved out yet, so I had to go over and help her get rid of the remaining items. I was under the impression that it was a ton of stuff still, but luckily it wasn't too bad. It only took me about 2 hours and we got everything out of there. I said goodbye after that with no affection and left and haven't seen her since. The only other remaining item was car insurance, which I terminated and obtained a new policy. Texted her that the policy was terminating and she had 10 days to find a new policy, so I gave her plenty of time to look for one. Who knows what she did, but that's not my problem. I haven't spoken to her since I texted her about the car insurance. She hasn't attempted to contact me in any way. Not that I want her to. On the contrary, I'm very pleased she hasn't tried calling me or whatever. I spoke with the landlord and was told that I would be receiving documentation regarding my early termination fee and how to settle that. I went online to their renter's portal and my account has been deactivated, so I can't view anything. The landlord did state that they had another renter lined up already. I'm still confused about how this termination fee will work, as they haven't sent me anything. I'm wondering if there is something pandemic related that is preventing them from charging me or some other clause I'm not sure about, but I haven't paid any of the fee yet, so I'm just kind of waiting for that to show up in the mail at some point. I assume they're going to send me the fee, but it'd be a nice surprise if I, for some reason, didn't have to pay that $3,000. Other than that, I've been doing well. I still have yet to get upset emotionally. Like I haven't shed a single tear about her or our relationship dying. I feel free, I suppose. I've been busy at the gym, busy with my side work, and enjoying my hobbies whenever I want to. I also scheduled a rock climbing and hiking trip with one of my best friends that I never get to see. It's so liberating doing things that I want to without have to check with someone else, or make sure money is good, or make sure our schedules are set. I can just do whatever I want, and it's awesome. One of the comments in this post said that I haven't been upset because my future self knows how great my life will be one day, and I believe in that more every day. I feel like I was limited before, but now I don't have anything holding me back, and I want to go experience all there is to see in life. Let's see comments. She would have let you raise his child as yours if you hadn't asked for a paternity test. She would have probably continued her affair as you painted the nursery and put together a crib. Detangle your life from hers and go no contact. Then grieve for the future you had planned with her. Lean on family and friends. Get therapy. Keep yourself busy. Go to your local shelter and get yourself a dog too. There is nothing in life that feels better than have a companion that will forever be loyal as long as you treat them right. She's for the streets. Better this happen now before you're married and your name is on a birth certificate for some kid that's not yours. She only loves you now because the other guy pulled the plug. What to do next? Grieve. Allow all that betrayal sink in, so those emotions of sadness, betrayal, anger, confusion be part of your grief. The only thing you need to do is block her and have no contact. This is part of grieving. This is part of moving on. You do realize that if this other guy wanted her as more than someone to F, that you would be single right now. There is absolutely nothing redeemable about her anymore. So what you do now is suffer through heartbreak. Do what you have to do to get her completely out of your life as soon as possible. Don't get into extended discussions with her during the short, hopefully, time that you have no choice but to communicate with her. Then you will slowly start healing from this and you will start picking your life back up. If she came to you right away, you might be able to have found a way forward, but she was willing to saddle you with another man's child without your knowledge. I don't know that there is a betrayal greater. It's not just the moments of cheating, it is a lifetime of commitment to a child that you had no role in creating. Even if she gets an abortion, do you think you could ever trust her again with anything important? Not just your heart. I don't see a way past this. If she had come to you on her own, and you are a saint, maybe. I feel so bad for you, but glad you didn't marry her yet. That could have put you on the hook regardless of DNA.